Hello, and we're live just in time. So 12:30 Friday, we've got our last session of the week. We're going to do legs again using a red little band. So not too strong. So anybody can do this, and also you can pick these up quite cheap anywhere online. We've got half an hour. Now, the best thing about legs, and the one thing I will say, why legs is super important to train, is because doing squats is the squat itself is one of the single most best exercises for so many things, and mainly the biggest one I like to tell people the reason why is the fact that it burns more calories doing a squat than any other exercise. So if you're looking to burn calories, do squats. You literally could burn more calories in doing 100 squats than doing anything else. So exercise sort of movement wise. So what we're going to do is just that. We're going to do 100 squats today, which is going to be easier than you think. And depending on what level you're at with your fitness, you can either do it going to a seat where you're not going to go too low. So I'll show you a easy, medium, and hard, and we'll get straight into it. So we're going to do 100 squats, and then we're going to go into our next exercise. So let's get straight into it because we've only got half an hour. So make sure you can fully see me. I do have to apologize for the lighting and the camera angles. And this is why I am going to do these as videos, filmed much better. So here we go. Let's start at 100. So the best way to do a squat is stand feet shoulder width apart. So, and just point your toes outwards. And just always think of this. Your knees are going to follow the same direction as your toes. And when you go to do the actual squat movement itself, what you're doing is you're going to sit down as if you're going to sit down. So if we just drop down and back up. Knees follow the angle of your toes. And what you want to do, you want to slightly lean back in order to keep the pressure on your heels so you don't fall back and you're not on your tiptoes. So let's just do 10 to start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 done. We've got 90 left to do. So the easier way to do this is to come down to a chair. So let's do 10. An easier way. And the way you want to think about it is you are just going to sit down. Don't try and overthink it, overcomplicate it. So just go to sit down and up. Go to sit down and up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, 20 reps in. Feeling the burn already. Quite scary, that. So it's going to be scary when we go back to the gyms and we try and start adding a lot more weight. So that was your easy, and I'll call it medium, it just being a normal squat with nothing behind you. So to make it harder, what we're going to do is you can either hold a dumbbell, you can hold bottles in your hand, water bottles, or you can wrap a red band around your neck. So let's make it a little bit harder. And I'll show you what I mean by wrapping a red band around your neck. What you're going to do is you're going to stand on the red band. Again, feet shoulder width apart. And you take the red band and you physically put it behind your head and around your neck. And as you come down, you'll just feel it obviously make it a little bit harder for you to stand up. So here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're at 30 reps. With doing it with the band, it will pull you forward. So to try and lean back a bit is a little bit harder, but it's definitely a good resistance. And to make a good use of a band at home, especially if you haven't got the equipment, it's really, really good. So what you could do instead, you could hold 2 little bottles of water. I've got these tiny 5-pound weights. And what we're going to do is another 10. And this way, all you'll do is holding them in front of you, you will just put your arms out at the bottom. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And don't drop the weight after it. So we're at 40. We've got 60 more to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 sets of 20. So I want you to have a bit more of a breather right now because we're about to do 3 sets of 20. Now we'll have a 30-second rest in between. Whether you want to do 20, do 10 on its own and then do 10 using a seat behind you in order to sort of push yourself, do that. But I'm just going to go with, I think I'm going to go with I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go heavy. I'm going to go with a 25-kilogram dumbbell, which just to push myself. And so anybody doing this, hopefully it'll push you as well. So push yourself to the harder level because then you can always reduce it. So I could drop the weight after doing 10 reps. And I could just use the chair. So here we go. We're going to go 20 reps. And the exercise I'm going to do, because of the weight I'm holding, it's actually called a goblet squat. So still, it's going to be, everything else is going to be the same. Feet shoulder width apart. The only thing is I'm going to be holding the weight and it's going to push me down further. And that's why it's called the goblet squat. So let's do this. So we're talking 25 kilos this. So it's not light. So let's go 20 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. And because it's really hot in this room, I should have just done it without the weight. But another 10. 1, 2, 3. That is me done with the weight. So we're going to try and hit 30 seconds rest. Might go a little bit more if I'm honest. So let's start the timer. Here we go, 30 seconds from now. So a really big thing about the squat is you want to try and keep your chest up a bit, upright a bit as well. A little bit harder to do when you've obviously got something forcing you down with the weight in front of you. But it's really important you keep your back arched. The best way I always describe it is just poke your bum out. And by doing that, it'll arch your back and straighten your back. So let's go, 20 reps again. This time I'll definitely go without the weight because it's warmer in this room than I wanted it to be. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shake it off, another 10. What I do is I count in 5s in order to break the numbers down. So if you're going for 20 reps, to make it easier, count in smaller numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's always something I've done instead of trying to count to 20 and it be such a big number. If you can count down 5, 5, 5, 5, it actually mentally makes it a lot easier for you. So let's set another timer. So with it being such a big movement, give yourself an extra breather if you need one. One thing I didn't do was get myself a drink before I started. So in my next 30-second break, we'll probably have a bit more than 30 seconds because we're going to go into a different exercise. I'm going to go grab a quick drink. So 10 seconds left. Last 20 and we'll have done 100 reps. How amazing is that? Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. 10 more. 5. Last 5. Last 5. Big push. Really get yourself through it. Ooh, bloody hell. You can shake that off. Gonna get a quick drink. As quick as I can. You want to make sure you stay hydrated. One of the biggest challenges to a lot of people is not drinking enough water. And by training, by physically training, I find that you'll obviously you'll force yourself having to drink because you'll physically need it. So what a great way to get in that extra 2 liters, 3 liters of water a day by physically going out to train. It's going to make you want to drink more as well. So it keeps going around, doesn't it? And keeps getting better. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do walking lunges, but standing in the same area. Obviously, we're not going to walk. So we'll do one leg at a time, left leg, right leg. We'll do 10. So it'll just be 5 on each leg to start with. Let's get the technique correct. But I mean, to think, if you're doing this at home right now, within 15 minutes, you've just done 100 reps of squats. Now, to do 100 reps a day is just absolutely brilliant, no matter who you are, to burn a load of calories and also help tone and strengthen your legs, your bum, your lower back gets a bit of work as well. It's all good. And, you know, even your core, your stomach. So with a step, well, we should call it stepping lunge, because all we're going to do, feet together, one leg goes forward. Now make sure that the distance you go out with your right leg, you go the same distance with your left. One thing I sometimes see is that people do different distances. Well, you're going to hit your legs slightly differently if you're not going to the same point. So by doing that, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to turn my towel. So I will give myself a guide. So I'll start just in front of the towel and my foot will go just past the towel. So by doing this, they're both going to be the same. And what you want to do, you want to lean into your knee. So go towards your knee, because that's how you'll get the best balance. Don't try and stay really stiff upright, because it will knock you off a little bit. So we've just done 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that, nice and comfy. So what I'm going to do is going to make it a little bit harder, and I'm going to hold these small 5-pound dumbbells I have. And what we're going to do, we're going to do 20 reps, which is 10 on each leg. So we'll do 3 sets of this, and that is our quads done, the fronts of our legs. So our thighs, which is the biggest part of your leg. So it's really important you work them hard. So let's get straight into this, because then we won't have enough time to do the rest. So here we go. We're going to go for 20 reps, which is 10 on each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Woo! 2 more sets of this, so let's take a breather. The hardest thing about doing legs on a day, is the fact that you still want to be reaching your 10,000 steps in that day. So to know that you've still got lots of steps to do, just, you know, going out for a walk, or if you're lucky enough to have a treadmill, you want to make sure you still get those steps in. So I think that's why people fear leg day a bit, because they think to themselves, still got loads of other things to do, which I feel like I'm exercising my legs. And then you're also doing actually training physically, you know, you're training your legs specifically. So it's really hard, but it's the best way to burn calories and the fastest way you'll see change. I mean, I always find that lots of women who just purely train legs, they tend to have bigger transformations faster. And the reason behind it is because they're obviously burning more calories in the exercises that they're doing. So here we go. Next set, 20 reps. Five, 6, 8. That's it. First 10 done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Legs are burning. And these walking lunges really do your bum as well. So you're hitting a big part of your body, which is your obviously bum muscles. You're hitting the backs of your legs as well as the fronts of your legs. And you're also stretching when you step forward. The back leg stretches in order to obviously help balance you. And it's a really great way of keeping, like, you're full. It's really working you everywhere. So it's really good. It's a very hard exercise to really master and make sure you do correctly, because it really does throw you off if you haven't trained for a while. So last set, we're going through these quite fast. Big exercise this. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was a good set of 3 sets of 20. So we have done 100 squats, which is really impressive. We've just done 60 reps, so 30 reps on each leg of lunges. Now all we're going to do with the 10 to 12 minutes we've got left, we're going to do 2 hamstring exercises, one using a rubber band. Both using a rubber band, but one is a really a tough one to do with a rubber band. So we will need either bottles of water or the dumbbells, of course, or a barbell if you have one. So we've got stiff-legged deadlifts. So what we're going to do, feet 6 inches apart. And all you do, you put the dumbbells in front of you and you come down just to stretch the backs of your legs. You come down until you can feel the backs of your legs really stretching. So if you want to do it a bit more straight legs, you might find yourself, you could hurt yourself. So bend your knees ever so slightly. And if you just come down, keeping your back straight, poking your bum out, you'll get to a point where you can feel the backs of your legs really stretched and pulling. So that's as far as you need to go. You do not need to try and get any further, because all you'll do then is bend your back, and really there's no benefit there at all. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 reps 4 times on this exercise. But this exercise does have to be controlled and a little bit slower, so you don't want to rush this or bounce it, I should say. So let's go all the way down. 1, 2, and then when you come back up to the top, just lean your hips forward and then back again. Eight, 9, 10. Oh, I can feel the backs of my legs pulling nicely. You'll also feel it in your lower back. So if you're thinking, oh, I can feel it in my lower back more than my legs, that is absolutely fine. It's a bit of a, it takes a little bit of a while to get used to. I'll be completely honest. When I used to do this exercise, for a long time, I did it, but I couldn't really feel the full benefit from it, and until I really mastered the technique of it. So it's really important that you get into the swing of that exercise, or really doing a lot of research into that exercise, Googling it or whatever to find out more details. But it's a really, really fantastic exercise. It does a strengthening your lower back, which is really important, and it does the backs of your legs unbelievably. And until you see the change on the backs of your legs through doing this exercise, you really fall in love with it more. So really, really important exercise. Let's do this. So I would normally do this using a bar, and I can actually go quite heavy on this exercise. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. So the bit of advice and motivation I want to give you guys today, like I have done the last 2 days. So my words of wisdom over what I've learned and found recently, and there's something that I read and I really, really liked. Again, it was a quote was, "Inch by inch, it's a cinch, and yard by yard is hard, makes it hard." So what that means is inch, by just doing small steps, small changes, small things, it'll become much easier instead of trying to do everything in one go or try and do too much at once. So one of the biggest things of my change I've been making over the last 2 months, which has drastically helped my the change of my body fat and also helping me get leaner and look better. The biggest thing is was just cutting out crisps and chocolate. It was really hard for me to do because I was snacking way too much, and I was also eating just as much or as often as I wanted. So what I slowly started doing was just having 1 or 2 chocolate bars a week, some crisps, and like giving myself times and when I should have them. So give it to myself as a reward. But anyway. And I did that for a couple of weeks before I then didn't need to do it anymore. So I was just doing it in small steps instead of trying to cut it out altogether. But it was really, really good. And now I'm at a point where I don't even crave that crisps and chocolate. And now as I go more into a better diet, it's helped me along those ways. So instead of trying to cut everything out and go just chicken, broccoli and rice constantly, it just helped me with the stages. And so that's a really great saying that I heard and I've just really kept in my mind. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, you can make it hard. So just think of the little things and just make those changes. So there we are. Let's do the last let's just do this last one, and then we'll do one more exercise on the backs of your legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, that was really stretched out the backs of my legs. Really feeling it. And the last exercise we are going to do with a band, and I really hope you can physically see it. So you can get the band, you can tie it around the bottom of your table, bottom of your chair, sofa leg. But I've actually got a dumbbell here I'm going to tie it to, and I will show you. So really, I possibly need 2 dumbbells in order to hold it. So all we're going to do, if I try and use something to stop it from pulling towards me. So I've got this band, nothing too fancy, literally just wrapped it around the dumbbell. And what I'll do is I will be sitting down. And this exercise is basically, it's a seated leg curl. So we'll put the band behind our legs. I really, really hope you can see this, because this is an absolutely brilliant exercise. And all we do, we pull it. So this is a seated leg curl. Now, in the gyms, this is a very big machine where you put your legs up and you curl your legs with the weight. And so we're doing that same motion, just using a normal chair and a band. And with this, I will do high reps, so 25 reps. And I'm doing this today with that red band, but I do this on my leg days that I'm now doing at home, and I do it with a bigger band. I actually do it with this band, which is 40 to 80 pounds, and I can't stress enough how much it burns the backs of my legs, which is really, really good, because it's the same feeling I get when I do it using a very expensive machine at the gym. So I'm going to do today with you guys using the red band. We've got 5 minutes, so we're going to do 2 sets of 25 and we're done. I say we've got 5 minutes, we've got 2 minutes, but it's fine. So we've had half an hour of pretty intense leg exercises. So here we go. 1, 2, let's get it comfy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 25. So it is better to do it as you're coming out, to do that part slower. So you call it a negative. So by releasing it slower, makes it harder, keeps your muscles under tension, keeps your muscles pulling for a bit longer. But obviously for the time situation that we have, I've done it quite fast. I'm actually going to see if I can put this on without the dumbbell moving while we do it, just to get the last one in. I'm just thinking that it might actually pull the dumbbell, which is no good for me. So I need some extra weight on it to hold it. Are you guys ready? Last one. 25 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10, last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was it. 100 squats, 60 leg walking lunges, 50 leg curls, and what do we do? 30 odd stiff-legged deadlifts. I mean, that is quite a lot of exercise in half an hour, and I've kept it in time. It's absolutely brilliant. So anyone who's followed that and done that, well done. I will leave this up for a little while on my YouTube, but I will film this exact exercise as what I've just done, and I'll post that properly, videoing it at the right angles with better lighting and talking through it a little bit more as well very, very soon, because I think that this is one of the most important exercises to do, especially while we're at home and we can. It's a really great exercise, really great number of exercises to do without physically needing any equipment. How to build muscle for teenagers. When I was a teenager, I would do press-ups, sit-ups and squats, and I found myself building muscles in my legs, in my chest, and obviously I was a very skinny person when I was younger, in my teens. So I had skinny six-pack, like skinny abs, like you'd say. So yeah, so how do you build muscle in your teens doing this? Exactly what we did. Do squats, and then obviously you can just start to physically add weight to your squats, and that will build muscle. High rep volume, and then that will definitely break your muscle tissues. Obviously you'll eat and drink protein shakes in order to repair and build muscles. So that's how you do it to build muscles. I hope that helps. Sajdeen, I hope I've pronounced that right. So yeah, but drop me any messages, mate, on my Instagram or YouTube if you want any more answers to anything, and I hope I can help. So, but for now, I'm done. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you all soon.